Hello, in this recording I will explain a few things about the overall approach when troubleshooting issues for compensation templates. So here I am in the admin center, and the first thing I want to do is create a copy of the template that's causing the issues. Um, it doesn't matter which environment you are in, you should always try to troubleshoot the issue in the environment that you're having it, even if it's production. Because sometimes it can be data related and your testing environment will not have the same data, so it will be more difficult to troubleshoot. You can, if you prefer, start, and especially if you've had a recent refresh of your testing environment or QA environments from the production environment, you can start there if as long as the data is the same. Um, so here, the recommended approach is to pick the template that you're having issues with and click on Copy Plan. Copy Plan, you can call it 2021 Salary Planning Testing, and then clone the compensation eligibility rules, and you don't have to touch any of these. This would require an update in case we're preparing for a new cycle. So if we were to do the 2022 salary planning, we would first have to update the lookup tables that are referenced here with the 2022 values and then copy. So here I copy, and then automatically I see that my template starts showing here. 2021 salary planning testing. The next step is to click on salary planning testing, and if there are eligibility rules that are defined in this template, under plan details, eligibility, we really want to create a new rule. So instead of troubleshooting the eligibility rule issues that are here, we want to click on the rule or the several rules and create a different version. So to do that, you can click on more details and then copy the rule and call it MCCMP salary exclusion testing. Click outside, copy, then save at the bottom. Don't change anything yet. And close the pop-up. And then you want to refresh this page here. Click again on eligibility so that the new eligibility rule starts showing. And simply select the new eligibility rule that is showing here and save. So that these two things combined with the third one that I'm about to explain put you in the right place to start testing. You don't want to touch your existing template. You don't want to risk editing settings that are already there that are important for other features. So it's always good to start testing. But before I wrap up this introduction video, there's one more thing you need to do. It's to remove all email notifications that are tied to the template. And you can do that by going to email notification in Admin Center, and here email notification template settings. And if you have any of these five here checked in your environment, so in most environments these will be checked because they can be used by the performance module, performance forms, or other modules. If these are checked here, you want to click on them one by one until they show on the right side. And then once they show on the right side, you want to go to Customize Settings for Form Templates, and then search for the template you just created and uncheck these checkboxes. Close the pop-up, and for each of them, save your changes. And then go do the same on any other that is created. So the five that are relevant to compensation are document creation, routing, reject, completed, and deletion. So for testing, these two are the most important, these three. Document deletion notification, you don't want any email to be triggered. Document routing notification, document creation, and also document completed notification. These four are really important, and especially if you're working on a production environment or any environment that just got refreshed from production where actual employees' emails are loaded, you really don't want any email to be sent out. So that would be a big issue if you were sending out email notification on a testing template. So make sure to follow this step. Another thing that is important is make sure that your executive review permission are not including this new testing template. And that is controlled by role-based permission, this their security module. So one thing you can do is make sure that executive review is not granted to anyone on this template. So to do that, you can go to the admin center and um, set user permissions, and then make sure that by taking maybe a few planners names, you can use view user permission. Make sure that they're only granted specific templates for executive review and not all, not permissions all templates, which I can show you. So there's a permission here called section called compensation and variable pay, which gives executive review access to specific employees on specific scopes, and you really don't want any manager role or HR role to have access to this testing. So in this case, it would be wrong. This is a super user role, so it doesn't really matter. Your super user can see everything, but for any compensation roles, specific compensation roles in the system that grant executive review access to your managers or to your HR or anyone or top executives, you really want to make sure that they're configured to be others and only select the ones that are actually relevant, not the testing one. Same for edit here. We do this. And for variable pay, the same would apply, except we don't have any active template here in this environment for variable pay. And so you would save these changes from all to others. And that wraps up the introduction for troubleshooting compensation. You now have your specific template to work with, your specific eligibility rule. They're exactly the same than the template you already had where you're having the issue. And in the different sections below, we're going to talk about how you can work off this template to try to undo some features from this template without touching this one. Now you're in a different one. But as a quick introduction to what we'll be discussing in the next sections, you'll have in design worksheet, if you have complicated formulas or if you just turned on a feature that was enabled in one of the last releases, you may want to undo all these changes. So remove some complex formulas from your worksheet. Maybe delete some columns where you think the mapping to the EC field can be creating the issue. Don't hesitate to really change this template to remove things that can be problematic.